Let us study the next topic in computational chemistry, that is ab initio methods. Ab initio method is also called ab initio calculation. It is an approximate quantum mechanical method which are based on Schrodinger equation, and this does not require calibration against a measured chemical parameter. The approximation made are usually mathematical approximations such as using simpler functional form of a function or getting an approximate solution to a differential equation. The term ab initio is a Latin term, the meaning of which is from the beginning or from the first. This name, that is ab initio, is given to computations which are derived directly from the theoretical principles. For example, using a Schrodinger equation with no inclusion of experimental data. The ab initio calculations gives results in terms of the fundamental physical constants like Planck's constant, the speed of light, and the charge of electron. The essential difference between the ab initio calculations and Haeckel methods lies in the evaluation of Fock matrix elements. In simple Haeckel method, the Fock matrix element, that is Hij, are not calculated but are instead set equal to 0 or minus according to some simple rules based on atom connectivity. In the extended Haeckel method, it is called EHM. The Hij are calculated from the relative positions of the orbitals or basis functions and the ionization potentials of these orbitals. In both the cases, that is simple Haeckel method or extended Haeckel method, the Hij is not calculated from the first principles. But in ab initio calculations, the Hij is calculated using the equation 1, that is Hij that is equal to integral of phi I Hamiltonian phi j dt by performing this integration using the basis functions phi I and phi j. Here h cap is the Hamiltonian operator. The integration is done by a computer following a detailed algorithm. The simplest kind of ab initio calculation is a Hartree-Fock calculation. It is called HF calculation. The Hartree-Fock calculation, here the primary approximation is called a center field approximation. This method does not include Coulombic electron-electron repulsion in the calculation. However, its net effect is included in the calculation by using the variation method. Thus, the variational calculation gives the approximate energies which are all equal to or greater than the exact energy. The energies are usually calculated in units called Hartree. We know that 1 Hartree, that is equal to 27.2114 electron volt. Because of the center field of approximation, the energies from the Hartree-Fock calculations are always greater than the exact energy and tend to a limiting value called Hartree-Fock limit. One advantage of this method is that it breaks the many electron Schrodinger equation into many simpler one electron equations. Each one electron equation is solved to yield a single electron wave function called an orbital and an energy called orbital energy. The orbital describes the behavior of an electron in the net field of all the other electrons. The second approximation in Hartree-Fock calculations is that the wave function must be described by some fundamental form which is only known exactly for a few one-electron systems. The functions used most often are linear combination of Slater orbitals or Gaussian type orbitals. They are abbreviated as STO and GTO. The wave function is formed from a linear combination of atomic orbitals or more often from linear combination of basis functions. Because of this approximation, most Hartree-Fock calculations give a computed energy greater than the Hartree-Fock limit. The exact set of basis function used is often specified by the abbreviations such as STO3G or 631G double plus G double star. The Gaussian functions are multiplied by an angular function in order to give the orbital symmetry of S, P, D and so on. A constant angular momentum yield an S symmetry. Angular terms x, y, z gives P symmetry. Angular terms x, y, x, z, y, z, x square minus y square, 4z square minus 2x square minus 2y square yield the D symmetry. This pattern can be continued for other orbitals. These orbitals are then combined into a determinant. This is done to satisfy two requirements of quantum mechanics. One is that the electron must be indistinguishable by having a linear combination of orbitals in which each electron appears in each orbital. It is only possible to say that an electron was put in a particular orbital but not with electron in it. The second requirement is that the wave function for fermions must be antisymmetric with respect to the interchange of two particles. Thus, if we have two electrons, if electron 1 and electron 2 are switched, the sign of the total wave function must be changed. This is satisfied by a determinant because switching two electrons is equivalent to interchange the two columns of the determinant, which changes its sign. These functions then put into the determinant do not need to be individual Gaussian type functions called Gaussian type Hermitius. They can be weighted sum of basis functions on the same atom or different atoms. Sums of functions on the same atom are often used to make the calculations in a faster way. Sums of functions on different atoms are used to give orbital with a particular symmetry. For example, a water molecule with C2V symmetry will have the orbitals that transforms as A1, A2, B1, B2, which are the irreducible representations of C2V point group. The resulting orbitals that use functions from multiple atoms are called molecular orbitals. This is done to make the calculation much run faster. Any overlap integral over the orbitals of different symmetry does not need to be computed because it is zero by symmetry. The steps in the Hartree-Fock calculation starts with an initial guess for the orbital coefficient, usually using a semi-empirical method. This function is used to calculate the energy and a new set of orbital coefficient, which can then be used to obtain a new set, and this process is continuous. This procedure continues iteratively until the energies and orbital coefficients remain constant from the one iteration to the next. This is called having the calculation converge. There is no guarantee the calculation will converge. This iterative procedure is called self-consistent field procedure or SCF procedure. A variation on the Hartree-Fock procedure is always gives orbitals that are constructed to reflect paired or unpaired electrons. If the molecule has a single spin, then same orbital spatial function can be used for both A and B spin electrons each other. This is called restricted Hartree-Fock method. That is, it is for paired and unpaired electrons. There are two techniques for constructing Hartree-Fock calculation, that is Hartree-Fock wave functions of molecules with unpaired electrons. One technique is to use two completely separate set of orbitals for the A and B electron spins. This is called unrestricted Hartree-Fock wave function, or UHF. This means that paired electrons will not have the same spatial distribution. This introduces an error into the calculation, which is called spin contamination. Spin contamination might introduce an insignificant error, or the error could be large enough to make the result unusable depending on the chemical systems involved. Unrestricted Hartree-Fock calculations are popular because they are easy to implement and run fairly efficiently. Another way of constructing the wave function for open shell molecules is the restricted open shell Hartree-Fock method, ROHF. In this method, the paired electrons share the same spatial orbitals, thus there is no spin contamination. The restricted open shell Hartree-Fock technique is more difficult to implement than UHF and may require slightly more CPU time to execute. The ROHF is primarily used for cases where spin contamination is large when using the unrestricted Hartree-Fock method. For singlet spin molecules at equilibrium geometry, the RHF and UHF wave functions are almost always identical. That is, both these methods give the identical result. RHF wave functions are used for singlets because the calculations take less CPU time. In few rare cases, a singlet molecule has biradical resonance structures and UHF will give a better description of the molecule. For example, in the case of ozone. The RHF scheme results in forcing electrons to remain paired. This means that the calculation will fail to reflect cases where the electrons could uncouple. For example, a series of restricted Hartree-Fock calculations on hydrogen molecule with successively longer bond length will show that the hydrogen dissociate into H plus and H minus rather than two hydrogen atoms. This limitation must be considered whenever processes involving pairing and unpairing of electrons are modeled. This is responsible for certain systematic errors in Hartree-Fock result, such as activation energies that are too high, bond lengths are too short, vibrational frequencies are too high, and dipole moments and atomic energies are too large. The unrestricted Hartree-Fock wave functions usually dissociate correctly. Most of these computations in ab initio methods begin with Hartree-Fock calculations followed by further corrections for the explicitive electron-electron repulsions referred to as correlations. Some of these methods are Moeller-Paset perturbation theory, MPN. It is called MPN, where n is the order of the correction. The generalized valence bond GVB method. Another one is multi-configuration self-consistent field method, MCSCF method, or configuration interaction CI method, and coupled cluster theory or CC method. As a group, these methods are referred to as correlated calculations. That is, MPN method, GV method, MCSCF method, CI method and CC method, all these were called correlation calculations in computational chemistry. A method which avoid making heretofore calculations mistakes the first place, that is called quantum Monte Carlo. There are several flavors for QMC, namely vibrational diffusion and green functions. These methods work with an explicitly correlated wave functions and evaluate integrals numerically using a Monte Carlo integration. These calculations can be very time consuming, but they are probably the most accurate methods known today. An alternative ab initio method is the density functional theory DFT, in which the total energy is expressed in terms of the total electron density rather than the wave function. In this type of calculation, there is an approximate Hamiltonian and approximate expression for the total electron density is used. The favorable aspect of ab initio method is that they eventually converge to the exact solution once all the approximations are made sufficiently small in magnitude. The unfavorable aspect of ab initio method is that they are expensive. These methods often take enormous amounts of computer CPU time, memory, disk space. The Hartree-Fock method scales an n raised to 4, where n is the number of basis functions. So a calculation twice as big as 16 times as long to complete. Correlated calculations often scale much worse than this. In practice, extremely accurate solutions are obtainable only when the molecule contains half a dozen of electrons or less. In general, ab initio calculations give very good quantitative result or qualitative result and can give increasingly accurate quantitative result as the molecules in question become smaller. References: Computational Chemistry, Introduction to Theory and Applications of Molecular and Quantum Mechanics, Errol Lewis. Computational Chemistry and Molecular Modeling, Principles and Applications, K. Ramachandran, G. Deepa, N. Nambudiri. Computational Chemistry, A Practical Guide for Applying Techniques to Real Problems, David C. Young.